Within the CloudSkin project, an agricultural data space has been created as a proposed solution for data sharing in an environment as complex as agricultural and environmental management, also serving as a use case for the analysis of integration between cloud, edge, and IoT technologies. It will include datasets with the information coming from both sensors and other sources that can be analyzed and used by third parties. This experiment serves to confront and analyze the high level of rejection towards information transfer in the agricultural sector and the complexity of access to information from agricultural and environmental sensors. This initial rejection by data providers and agricultural sensor installation companies represents a barrier for the creation of new related information services. The current European project, as a solution, develops a prototype of a data space in the cloud, which offers both the data provider and the data consumer guarantees on the use of the information. Our data space begins with a public website about the project, which defines the objectives, the partners of the European CloudSkin project, placing the site within the use case for agriculture. Within the dataspace menu itself, the functionality and what a dataspace consists of is highlighted, as well as some clarifications on the most frequently asked questions about the concept of dataspace. The public website allows you to view the registered data sources as well as the projects registered on the datasets. Data sources can be filtered by name or description, in addition to the type of dataset, whether it is free or requires payment, making it easier to locate information of interest to the data consumer. Already in the private part and accessing as registered users, users can access the full functionality of the data space. At first, the location of the geolocated data on a map is displayed, allowing the user to search for the available data sources in the geographical areas of its interest. Using the dataspace, any user can view the available datasets, their details and characteristics, and request access to such dataset free of charge for rental or purchase, as it was defined in the dataset creation. The user will also be able to create their own dataset, specifying aspects such as the temporal range of the data, the type of use, the location of the data, the type of license that applies, and the license category. First of all, we will define the basic fields of the dataset, such as the name, owner of the information, origin, and date range of the data. The next step requires to define how the data will be used: free use, rental of access, or sale, as well as the sale price and its information that will be displayed on the website. This information will help potential buyers to be interested in the dataset by using a representative image and a detailed description. The dataset may or not be georeferenced, in which case the coordinates would be indicated and its location would be shown on the dataspace map. To georeference the dataset, it is as simple as using Google Maps to locate the destination and copy the coordinates as shown in the example. A fundamental aspect to define is the type of license, which defines the use: public, private, with restrictions, etc. Category of the data: agricultural, environmental data, etc. It is also possible for the data provider to attach a personalized contract of use, which the data consumer will be required to accept by signing and uploading the acceptance of the contract, also allowing the data provider to validate this acquisition request. Additionally, the data provider can mark the dataset as an auto-validating sale. In this case, it is not necessary to manually validate that purchase. As a next step, the data creator will define the format and type of data to incorporate, according to the format defined in the data dictionary. The data dictionary establishes a common definition of units, allowing the creation of concepts such as temperature or humidity, and their units of measurement, allowing the dataset managers and users to understand the semantics of the data. Finally, the form offers the possibility of loading the data statically from an Excel file with the column format already defined by the user in the dataset format, or dynamically, indicating the access URL to the dataset load. After confirming the creation of the dataset by the user, it will be accessible for all users and will also appear in the My Dataset section, where the owner can check the loading of the information by the dataspace. The dataspace is meaningless without the ability to use the data it contains. So the purchase or acceptance phase of data access is a fundamental aspect of the platform. We proceed to show how the purchase process of a newly created dataset by a user would be carried out. Potential users of the dataset will see the information in the dataset and its data example, and can acquire the information if they consider it. In this purchase form, the user can download the contract template and upload it signed for the seller's review. Once the purchase is confirmed, it will appear to the user in Purchases. The seller, from his sales area, will view the purchase requests pending approval, being able to download and validate the content of the use contract, after which he will accept or reject the purchase. Once the purchase has been validated, the purchased information can be accessed from the Purchases area. This purchasing procedure provides guarantees to buyers and sellers about the origin, use, and content of their information. The project area allows us to give visibility to data uses projects, which perform processing on datasets in the dataspace. As a result related to access to the datasets associated with the project will be able to create and update a new dataset, which will also be accessible from the dataspace. For each new project, its name and descriptive typology will be defined, including the name of the entity or organization that manages the project, as well as a URL that provides further information about it. For each project, it will be decided whether access to its information is public or private, after which one or more of the existing datasets in the dataspace will be associated, which will feed said project. At that time, the project manager will also be able to create a new dataset associated with the publication of the project results. Using the URL of the created dataset, the project will be able to update the new dataset, offering traceability on the use of the data and its evolution. The existence of a public project section is used not only as an advertising window for the collaborating entity, but also allows promoting the controlled use and processing of data in the dataspace. Thanks to the CloudSkin project, this model represents the seed of a new product, which simplifies the complexities inherent in the use of data and will facilitate the transfer and use of information, serving as an example for a new agricultural and environmental information management model.